so stupid. It's like literally playing a video game. Um, but there could be like financial rewards at the end of it.
Mm.
It's a lot of work creating these videos. Like you actually have to have physical strength to even project it, let alone like do it on so many phones. So
Not Christian.
what are you doing the rest of the night? You just staying in?
I'm gonna sleep.
I might go for a jog.
At 11?
Yeah.
I used to run at night.
Or a power walk at least. I haven't exercised all day. I just did yoga briefly.
I heard it's not good to exercise late.
Yeah. I could go to the gym too. That's a good idea.
You should hit up your girl, convince her to have kids.
I don't think she wants to have kids. When you're 40, it's like too crazy to do that because like in 10 years when they're only 10, you're already 50. So it's a
Date
lot.
somebody younger.
Yeah, I know. You got to find somebody who's like 30. It's wild. It's like when you're 42, you're like, holy shit, how the fuck did I become 42? I was just 32.
I thought you were older than 42.
It's the bald head. Makes you look
So you were
80.
born in 83 or 82? You were 82.
I was born in 82.
82?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be 43.
Yeah, I'm going to be 43 this year. All right, I'm going to leave your room and find a room that is talkative and then go for my jog. Have a good night.
Bye bye. It's San Diego.
Hello, Goldie ji. I have photograph over Diana.
Okay. Did you see this video in I think it was in UK? ऐसे ही कोई अंदर का
Booty uncle.
Yes. नहीं बूढ़ा अंकल नहीं है. He's a young guy.
Be wrong in a lot of ways against Christ. So why would I make reference of a Jew?
Well, the disciples who got the Holy Spirit, they was absolutely correct. They were Jews. So, I mean, it is what it is. So now.
But that's fine. It still doesn't take away the fact of anything coming against the truth, especially coming.
It's almost like a sin to not engage or not respond, right? And like you look at, for example, Dr. Z in the comments, she's put the irony of the quote unquote Muslims, obviously referring to Nargis and I, on stage just merely listening. Well, Dr. Z, Nargis and I don't make these outrageous claims that you do, right? I mean, what do you want us to do? You want us to do your job for you? If you feel triggered or offended by what seems to just be criticisms of the claims, then you should come up. If you can't, then that's fine. But don't deflect that onto us. Nargis and I, we don't make these outrageous claims that many traditionalist Muslims do. The scientific miraculousness claims about the Quran are just it's just not substantiated. I don't think so.
Yeah, and to me, another really strange claim that I hear a lot is I don't know, it maybe it's written directly in the Quran, and it's why people bring it up so much, is the idea that like somehow the Quran is like this literary unique document, right? Like it's something that cannot be reproduced, right? They said, like, I dare you to create something similar to the Quran, right? Or similar to, like, one surah of the Quran or something like that. And And I always found that to be very strange, right? Because it's like you could say the same thing about like Dostoevsky, right? Or you know, any other, yeah, Shakespeare, any other great, you know, author, right? Like, you know, they're going to be so unique as, you know, nobody else could write Romeo and Juliet other than Shakespeare, right? I mean, that was a unique literary work, but that, what does that prove other than that that person had sort of a unique, you know, literary talent or mind? It's not a verification of them.
We're only running the test because the Quran told us to. They said, go, check. They're wrong. There are better books.
So this sort of classical argument, which I think, I don't really speak Arabic, so I can't confirm this. I think it's called like ijaz, about the sort of inimitability of the Quran. Like, I think it's not only the sort of historically most important argument that, you know, medieval Islamic apologists would most likely have turned to, but I think it's the argument that's like most sort of distinctive and characteristic of Islam. I don't think other religious traditions have this argument or focus on, at least they certainly don't focus on an argument of this sort from literary style anywhere near to the same extent.
As an argument to throw down, it feels like you're not taking yourself seriously.
Sorry?
It just feels like a ridiculous argument to make. This is the best book ever. Go find any other book. You won't find one of equal literary weight. That doesn't feel like a real contest. That just feels like hollow boasting.
Well, I mean, I agree that it's ultimately kind of empty.
Well, the largest poem, I'm just going to say the largest poem in the world is the Mahabharata from India. Right? It's got 220,000 verses, 1.8 poem. The whole thing's a poem. But it's not a claim that it is of divine origin or inspiration at all. I mean, it's just an accomplishment, that's all it is. It's not a claim to divinity, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you can make these same literary claims about any of the great novels of history, right? You know, the Odyssey, right? You know, the brothers Karamazov, you know, On the Road. I mean, you know, like, I mean, all of these are unique literary works that could only have been written by the people who wrote them. It's not some evidence of their eternal truth.
Hey, what up, transsexual? I want to sing you a song. Hello? Lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Oh, mama, see that now you're ringing the bell. Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. Oh, super spicy, it's a lava tank. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
What'd you think about my song, Steve's Lava Chicken?
What the fuck?
Anything. So maybe the American is different. I don't know.
Lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Oh, mama, see that now you're ringing the bell. Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. You kicked me.
Why?
You did do that.
I did not.
Maybe she didn't find herself.
Yeah, I must. Yeah, must.
Lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken,
The
yeah.
whole fucking power grid. I don't take kindly to that.
But Texas has its own grid. We're not.
Hey, Sasha, I want to sing you a song. I want to serenade you before I go to sleep, lover boy.
Don't mess with her.
Lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Oh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. Oh, super spicy, it's a lava tank.
I don't think he improv that. I think that's real.
They were singing
Bye, bye, Miss American, bye. Singing the anthem.
By the amount it takes light to travel a full year, and that measure of distance would be exactly 86, and thus they crafted this particular ayah.
Yeah, that's a view.
That's a move. How'd they know that we were gonna, how'd they know that we were going to place it in like miles per hour or like the metric system?
It might be interesting for you and for to make it a bit more productive, maybe a bit less of an echo chamber. Dr. Z said he would be happy to all of this. And there was another person as well.
Well,
and then we can have a discussion.
Why they just gotta read CJ was just here.
Watch out, you always give up after a while and you sink back into death. Death.
Sober thinker.
Lava chicken, Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Oh, mama, see the nugget ringing the bell. Crispy and juicy nugget having a snack. Oh, super spicy, it's a lava
Immortalize or something.
Sheila.
It's like the one on my main phone. You know how quickly I create the
Just put your face on there, sir.
Sorry, the Indo-European languages started in India. The fact that the light-skinned people are in the north is because of the light-skinned invaders that came from Europe and Persia.
I used to think that there was an Aryan invasion, like in early childhood. That's what we were taught. But now apparently there's a lot of evidence that the phenotypes found in India, both among the light-skinned people and the dark-skinned people, are highly correlated. Not only that, they also found evidence of chariots in northern India, which date back to before the so-called Aryan invasion. There was a recent find, actually it's publicized quite a bit, a full chariot. So now I think the belief among historians is that it was more like an Aryan probably migration over centuries, but not an Aryan invasion. But I still have my own belief that maybe there were some indigenous people, because some of them actually look slightly different. So I'm not sure.
A lot of people tell me that they don't think that the Aryan invasion caused the fall of the Harappan civilization. But the fact that the Harappans went away right after the Aryans showed up is pretty suspicious, to the point where I just don't believe the historians and just use common sense.
I mean, catastrophes of many kinds happen. I wouldn't be surprised if basically their civilization just naturally decayed as a result of maybe geological or climatological reasons, and then coincidentally the Aryans invaded soon afterwards.
Actually, the Harappan civilization is known to have seals of yogic poses, right? Yoga seals were found within the Harappan community. There's seals that exist to this day.
Well, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
And those seals are reminiscent of what Patanjali's Yoga Sutras talk about. So if the Harappans were not Aryans, why are they talking about an Aryan philosophy of yoga? Because we in Hindus call ourselves Aryans, you know that, right?
Well, I think I think everyone agrees that the Harappan culture didn't just totally disappear. Probably a lot of it wasn't, on the Aryan invasion theory, a lot of it was probably incorporated into this sort of fusion of the two peoples. So I wouldn't be surprised if you could find continuity like that, even though I don't know about the specific proposed continuity. So, I mean, I've heard people suggest that, the caste system may have predated the arrival of the Aryans, and that was something that, the Indo-Europeans just sort of folded themselves into.
Well, I mean, also, if we're going by language, right, so Indo-European is an extremely broad, like, ancestral branch of language that encompasses everything from, like, the, I don't know, Slavic languages to, like, Indo-Aryan languages, right? And includes, like, current modern-day Indian languages, right, like Hindi and Bengali and other things. So we've confirmed that Indo-European languages certainly gave rise to, Indo-Aryan languages. I mean, I don't know as far as, like, the actual race of people goes in terms of their influence, but certainly the language influence, right?
Well, you and I agree with that, and Shiva might, but because this is a kind of culture war issue in parts of the subcontinent, there's a lot of there's a lot of people over there who want to say that actually Indo-European languages arose out of India, therefore indigenous to it, and that they spread, north and west outward from it. I don't think this is a particularly well-regarded theory, but it has unfortunately a lot of nationalistic advocates.
No, but it is true that the British and Lord Macaulay from the British Empire, and then before that, the German guy, Max Müller, they had a very colonial attitude towards Indian history, because they were surprised to see what they saw, and they said, this could not have come from the natives. This science, this math, this poetry, this language of Sanskrit could not have come from the natives, because they are definitely inferior to us. So the assumption was it must have come from Europe. How else could they have known all these things? So that was the color with which they wrote what they wrote about India and Indian history. And they came up with very arbitrary dates, like the dating of Rig Veda. There's no scientific method in which the Rig Veda has been dated 1500 BCE. Right? And they said that the Aryans couldn't have come before 1500 BCE. And that is why the Rig Veda should be about that time. So right now, I think there's a lot of debate, more conferences, more discussions on this topic. And I think scientific methods have also improved, and now there are more discoveries like the chariot I was talking about. So, I don't know, it's still a matter of debate, I guess.
Which is the Indian society that was most, like, is today considered in India like the most golden age? Like, is it like the Guptas, the Marathas, or whatever, Marathis? I don't know how to say that.
Who knows? I mean, look, if you read Mahabharata, right, they talk about these 5 kingdoms that were, and that was a very prosperous time. And one of the kingdoms was Kandahar, which is Gandhari. Gandhar, the queen, came from Kandahar.
Oh, I'm asking him a question he's claimed he was listening to, and he was responding to my question.
No, I didn't want to responding in general.
I didn't want to hear
in general. She needs me to respond to her
he
question.
was
And I'm not going to respond to your question if you speak to me that way. I'm not.
What?
Responding in general. Not you, Julia.
No, he wasn't. He was speaking to Chase. He was speaking to Chase directly.
I'm sorry, I'm watching the show. I'm not even.
No, what he's
I'm
doing
not obligated to respond to your question because you have a green badge for her. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not even saying it because I would come in the room and do the same damn thing.
Oh my God.
You don't know me, baby.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
Julia,
so as I was saying, women are not
nuts all night. All night.
Well,
So, I don't know, to me that's interesting.
You're not so pretty, Melissa.
Please kick him.
She dates a Muslim man. That's why she hangs out here to try to fit in. But she's a white woman.
In Kashmir. Then, of course, the Guptas. The Guptas were one of the most powerful ones because they expanded all the way to Cambodia, Indonesia.
Buddhist does, right? That's the Changasi.
Yeah.
It's very safe to. That is what the people believed in, and that is why those students slept there. All of a sudden, why did they? No. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the case, right? Just 1 week before the attack, they removed all the security from the place. Why did that happen? And what took the soldiers, like, were they very far off somewhere, were they like locked in some place that it took like 1.5 hours for them to reach that spot?
That may be because
the family members, that maybe there is no reason, there is no reason for this. You cannot give any reason. What? I mean, they are army, they are called the army for a reason. Why are you trying to, say that army is incompetent? That they are not trained for it. Don't tell me and don't give me this excuse that army is not trained to walk in the terrains and stuff like that. Okay, you have you can use anything to reach there. So these are all lame excuses, I feel. And that's why terrain is the reason that the security took 1.5 hours to reach there. I don't believe this, and I won't fall for this.
Is it true that though?
Alright, so I never said.
Oh, he's gotta say it again. All women are attracted to.
He's
They're not attracted
intellectually
to
flirting with me. This is diabolical.
Yeah, that's why I'm sorry for even asking about what TA felt about what Chase said.
I'm not answering
Because
your
I'm
question.
like,
You don't
trying
deserve an
to
answer, Green Bean.
build on what Chase said.
No, you don't. You're
I actually was.
Somehow, I don't know how, but it's very common to majority of the Indian languages.
So people say, like, in the south of India, speak a very different language in, like, the north, or like the northeast of India. Can they understand each other, or I mean, these are like mutually exclusive languages?
It's very hard to understand each other, but you can pick up what they're speaking about. And there's some common words, right? But no, they're very different. I think they call them the Dravidian languages, and there's a whole political crisis in India because the Tamil people believe their language is more older than Sanskrit, which may be true,